Introduce Travis Flaherty for all of you the way that I do on a daily basis. Travis is a 20-plus year veteran to the industry of network marketing. Him and his wife have learned this trade from the best of the best in the industry, and they are the top social media network marketers that I know of in the entire industry. I follow every single one of Travis's posts because every day he says something so thought-provoking and so interesting that it stops me on his wall. So what do you think it'll do on my wall? The same thing. I literally copy-paste what the man does in the hopes that somebody out there is going to be interested in taking a closer look at what we're doing here. So, guys, we have the #1 rep in the whole company. Travis right now is an innovator, but he's actually, I believe, a creator, because I think the company missed out on the fact that he's got 4 influencers in 4 separate legs and all the volume that needed to qualify him in just 60-some business days here with this company. So you're about to hear from the top player in the whole company right now, and I'm honored to introduce you, Travis. Keep it up until I pass you, okay?
Hey, thank you so much, Michael. I appreciate you. Congratulations to you on Influencer. I know that you're crushing it as well. And I guess the first tip that I would give everybody tonight is learn to surround yourself with people that are better than you. You've heard from some amazing people tonight, and Summer and I are truly blessed to be a part of. I mean, this is a dream team. You know, any one of the leaders tonight could have stood here for an hour and just poured into you, and they will every week. We're going to have different trainers that are here to grow you. And the reason why is because the #1 way to grow an organization is to grow the people inside of an organization. You want to make more money, become worthy of making more money, right? That's really what it comes down to. And I know, and I want to know by show of hands, how many of you on this call would like to know how to attract better quality individuals to your business? Just by show of hands, raise your hand or drop an I into the comments section. My son Chandler's listening. He's raising his hand over here. So how many of you would like to learn how to attract better quality individuals to your team? We're going to start there, and then I'm going to end with how to maximize the mentoring process. So tonight is all about leadership development. So let's just jump right in. So first of all, I want you to understand something. You cannot confuse leadership with great management skills. They're not the same thing. I see people coming over from corporate America all the time, or traditional business, and they think they are, but they're not. In business, you cannot demand performance. You have to inspire performance. I'm going to say that again. In business, you cannot demand performance. You have to inspire performance. When people come to me and say, will you mentor me? I say, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can tell you what to do till I'm blue in the face. But the reality is the best way for me to mentor you is just to lead by example and to go out and really bust my butt every single day and set the pace for the entire organization, right? Speed of the leader is dictated by, or the speed of the leader dictates the course of the pack, right? Am I saying that right? Speed of the leader dictates the speed of the pack. So #1, in business, you cannot demand performance. You must inspire performance. There must be a balance of 1/2 leadership and 1/2 followship. The best leaders that I know, they stay humble and they remain open to learning. They remain open to growing. They remain open to new ideas. So let's dive into some of the foundational pillars of success and uncover. I want you to think about this. I want you to uncover your strengths as we go through these and your weaknesses so that you can improve on them. So the first thing, I'm going to just mute real quickly. We got a little bit of background noise. Before we get into this, let me just mute that out here. All right. So the first thing that I want to talk about tonight is trust and honesty. Trust and honesty. To be persuasive, we have to be believable. And to be believable, we must be credible. And to be credible, we must be truthful. Guys, this is Trust 101. Do what you say you're going to do and never deviate from that standard. Guys, this is being in integrity. And you have to, listen to me, you have to rank a 10 in this category. You can be the most talented, the most knowledgeable person in the world. But if you lack integrity, character, and truthfulness, if people feel that they can't trust you, your business will implode from the inside out. Trust me, I've seen it over and over again in this industry. If your motives aren't pure, they will leave you. And the same goes for your ego. The moment that you think that the deal is about you, trust me, you have already lost. In the end, in my opinion, it's the character that matters most. Leadership always descends from great character. Can I get an amen? #2. Okay, so we're just getting warmed up here. #2 is confidence. let me ask you a question. Do people believe that you can do what you say that you can do? Do you have the confidence in yourself? Because if you don't feel confident in yourself, here's the deal. Other people won't either. So my question to you is, are you the person who can take people to the promised land? Self-confidence is the fundamental basis from which leadership grows. Trying to teach leadership without first building confidence is like building a house on a foundation of sand. And it may have a nice coat of paint, but it's ultimately shaky at best. So while the leadership community has focused a lot on passion and communication and empowerment and social media, in my opinion, they've ignored the most basic element in the process that they have planted these other components of leadership in, which is a bed of quicksand. At the end of the day, leadership is about having the confidence to make decisions. If somebody's afraid to make and commit to decisions, and I said commit to decisions, if somebody's afraid to commit, all of the communication and empowerment in the world won't make a difference. And not only does confidence allow you to make those tough decisions that people expect from a strong leader, you guys, but it's reassuring to the people that you work with. It allows you to lead with authority, to accept candor and open communication. And the greater they perceive your force of will, the more faith they will have in your organization, in your mission. And as a leader, consider how well you deliver with your organization every single day, how you show up every single day. Because if you deliver with confidence, it inspires your team as it's supposed to. You know, again, if you don't believe in yourself, why would anyone else believe in you? Number 3 is you have to learn to create the dream. You got to create the dream, the vision. A leader must have a crystal clear vision of the future and work it backwards. They must also inspire confidence in other people, the people that they work with every day. Every single person within your organization must subscribe, and this entire organization, for us to be able to go from where we are to where we want to go, to be able to declare your financial freedom day. Listen to this. Every single person must subscribe to being a leader. Every single one of you, even if it's only for you or yourself. A serial leader, in my opinion, is successful in planting the seeds of success in their team and then leading that team to achieving their goals. You also have to be a dream merchant. You have to be a dream merchant. The leader must sell the dream and encourage the team to hang on for the duration. Why? Because we know how tough this business is. You get started, and you know what? I remember the first 3-4 months I was in this business, I could have made more money at McDonald's. And in fact, I said that to my wife a few times. Why am I even doing this? My time is more valuable in this. You know what a leader does? They just keep that spark alive. They kindle the flame and they spark the spark every single step of the way. A serial leader, they can't teeter-totter. It's one of the biggest mistakes that I see in network on social media sometimes is people that are up and people that are down, and they're sharing their dirty laundry, and then they're in one day and then they're out the next. And the reality is that a serial leader cannot teeter-totter. They can't. They believe in the vision, and then all of a sudden the next they question it. And then they're up and then they're down. Guys, unfortunately, uncertainty leads to indecision, and indecision leads to inactivity. People want to know that you are the rock that is in the river. No matter what comes down that river, you are planted, you've made your decision, you've burned your bridges of retreat. And you know what? That's who people want to lock arms with. The next one is support, and they offer encouragement. A great leader is less concerned with their own success because they know that helping every single person in their organization will help them to achieve more as well. You know, it was William Ward, one of my favorite quotes. He says, "Flatter me, and I may not believe you. Criticize me, and I may not like you. Ignore me, and I may not forgive you. Encourage me, I won't forget you. But love me, and I may be forced to love you too." You guys have the three most important initials, and I'll say this a couple times tonight: EPR, encourage, praise, and recognize. The next one is respect. It is impossible to lead others if you do not have their respect. It's a human basic need. We all feel that need, and some of us struggle to get it. It's important to learn how to earn respect in your home, within your organization, from within your friends. And guys, there's a couple of different types of respect. You know, there's normative and there's earned. Normative respect is something that you get because of your status, because of your title maybe at work, because of your social position. Earned respect is one that you get because of your character. And it's the earned respect that lasts longer, and it matters more, and it ultimately shows how respectable that you are. So in our journey towards personal development, in our pursuit of leadership, it's important for us to learn how to gain this second type of respect from people. And really it comes from just showing up and taking action and gaining more and more credibility. Just because of what? Because I planted my flag and I just continued to go to work. We all want gained respect, but how do we get it? Let me give you a couple of examples. First of all, number one, you need to respect yourself. Some of you need to hear this. You need to respect yourself. If you have low self-esteem issues, it's hard for others to respect you. Always treat yourself with respect. Don't let anybody walk all over you. Be your own best friend. You got to develop confidence and look the world in the eyes. And when you treat yourself with true respect, you project an image of respectability. You have to have values. You also have to have values. All the well-respected people of the world have strong values. They stand by their principles no matter what happens. We should take a deep look within us, and we should figure out what our true values are, because values act kind of like a magnet. They attract people to you because of who you are. It's no secret why we've been able to attract such wonderful, that people that have amazing values, because Summer and I work really, really hard on portraying what's important to us, which is family values. And we attract people to our cause because of that. So when we take a deep look within us and we find our true values, when our conscience tells us something is against our values and principles, we've got to stand firm. We've got to do the right thing always. And another one was talked about tonight, and I really, really loved what was said, and it's controlling your emotions. Rachel talked about this. It's hard to respect people who fly off the handle every 2 minutes. It's important to get a grip on your emotions. And I'm not saying that you have to turn all robotic, but you have to have a hold over your emotions and not let them control you. Another thing is you've got to honor your commitments. A key element of earning respect is to honor your commitments. Always keep your word. Be honest. Deliver what you promised. Anybody who cannot be depended upon will find it hard to get others to respect them. And finally, strive for excellence. Always be the best that you can be. Whenever you deliver your 100%, others are going to look up to you and they're going to respect you. You don't have to be perfect in this business. You don't have to be perfect at all. But you just have to give it 100%. And it's important to be sincere. It's important to be sincere and authentic and always strive for excellence. Even at home, it's important to try and be the best at the role that you play in your family. Set your standards, way high, and exceed them. It'll work wonders for your self-respect, and it will get others to respect you. Listen to this. Building relationships with people that you admire and emulating them is the most critical thing that you can do to grow. I'm going to say that again. Building relationships with people that you admire and emulating them is the most critical thing that you can do to grow. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about maximizing the mentoring process here for the last couple of minutes of this call tonight. We are all mentors. The moment that you bring somebody into this business, you're a mentor. And in my opinion, we bring way too many people. Let's move it out. Get a little bit of feedback noise here. All right. So in my opinion, way too many network marketers focus on bringing people in the business, and it's not just about bringing them in. It's about keeping them in and moving them along. So I want to talk about what it means to be a mentor. And I believe that everyone needs some kind of mentor. It's at the top of my 2019 list. If you want to be successful in life, really find a mentor. And again, it comes back to learning how to build rich relationships with the right people. It's one of the most critical things a person can do to live a life of success, live a life of happiness, live a life of good health. It's learning how to build the right relationships. So let's talk about 6 things. I'm going to give you 6 things tonight that you should be talking about if you're mentoring people. What should you be talking about if you're mentoring someone else? In this order. You want to know what number 1 is? Fire. Something hot and exciting. Always start every call with something positive. What's going on that's great? Hey, listen, Michael, do you realize that today we just went live on our compensation plan? I'm so excited. We have the opportunity now to get paid down through 8 levels and then generations beyond that. Can you believe that the event is only 12 days away? Can you believe the amount of rank advancements that we're seeing in this organization? Can you believe the type of people that we're attracting to this tribe, to this community? Always start with fire. Number 2, the big picture. Managing emotions. Sometimes people are going to have a bad day. And you know what? It's your job to reinforce and refocus them on their dreams and on their vision. So when somebody comes to you and they're challenged and they're having a bad day, and maybe somebody decided to go sponsored with somebody else or whatever the case might be, and they're really, really frustrated, you need to bring them back to center. And you know what center is? What their goal is, what their why is, what their dream is. I know what Michael's why is. I sponsored Michael. I should know what his why is. Michael, do you know what it's going to feel like? How's it going to feel, Michael, when you have the opportunity to bring your son home and he lives with you again? And how's that going to feel to be able to... That's how it's going to feel. Every single night when you tuck him in, right? So when Michael's having a bad day, that's my job, is to bring him back to center and refocus him on why we're here in the first place. Because I'm going to tell you guys something. Everybody, including me, has had days where I've said, you know what, I'm never going to do network marketing again. You're not a veteran in network marketing if you haven't at least said, you know, I'm never doing this again at least 10 times. I'm telling you that it happens. You got to focus on their why. You've got to be the dream merchant. Okay, that's the next one. You got to be the dream merchant. You've got to talk. The other thing I'm talking a lot about is the meat and the potatoes. Discuss where they're at. You know, strategy. Listen to their needs and wants, and then give them what they need. Another thing is you have to measure progress. How are they doing? The dynamics and the mechanics. You know, how are things going? How are you doing in business? How do you feel about the process? Right? So number 4 is measuring process. 3 was meat and potatoes. 2 is the big picture, just going back again. Number 5 is housekeeping items. You know, cleanup issues, admin, negativity. I don't spend a lot of time on negativity. Most of the time I'm directing housekeeping things to customer service, but you know, little admin issues here and there. And then number 6, I always close with encouragement and a challenge. Everyone wants to feel important. Again, EPR, encourage, praise, and recognize. And listen to me, the 4 most important words, in my opinion, that you can say to somebody is, you can do this. You can do it. The next one is, I believe in you. That's so important to tell your people that on a regular basis. Listen, the greatest motivational force on earth is when somebody else believes in you, period. People tend to become what the most important people in life think that they will come. I'll tell you why the mentors fail at the mentoring process. First, because of lack of time. If you're going to bring somebody on, make sure to make time for them. Make mentoring a priority. Find the time to leave a legacy. You know, I shared a story on my Facebook wall tonight. You guys can go read it. I won't read the whole thing, but you know, my son came home from college. He's 18 years old. He told me this week that he wanted to start a network marketing business. And you know what? I was pretty excited about that. So, you know, we started sitting down, and the first thing that I did is I had him read GoPro. He read it in one night. Then I had him listen to Rise of the Entrepreneur. It's a documentary. If you've never watched it, go watch it tonight. It's on YouTube. You can Google it. It's about 50 minutes. I wanted him to understand the industry. From there, I had him start listening to some different audio CDs I have from different mentors. From there, we started talking about how to approach someone. I had him make just a small list to start with. We'll build on it. But in the beginning, for me, I just wanted him to get the habit of getting going on a list. And then I started teaching him how to use our hot market texting system just to reach out to people and pique their interest enough to get them to watch a 3-minute video. And you know what, guys? He had 3 three-way calls lined up for me today. He's 18 years old. So my point in sharing the story with you is this. That's what the first week should look like with your new team members that have come in. Not just bring them in and put them on the training calls and turn them loose. He's sharing with me his dialogue in his text message chains and saying, okay, how do I transition now from this conversation to the 3-minute video? How do I transition this now to ask if they're open to an opportunity? That type of interaction should be happening. That's what mentors do. Don't confuse the term recruiter with mentor, because they're 2 totally different things. And at some point, it's okay to be a recruiter, but you have to transition to be a mentor if you really want to build a big business here. And a lot of people just don't make the time. You got to make mentoring a priority. You got to find a time to leave a legacy. You know, the other reason is the I can do it best mentality. Leaders who believe that they have to do something right, they have to do it on their own, will always struggle to build anything great. Any great quarterback learns how to determine who to give the ball to. And number 3 is lack of confidence in others. You know, leaders have to take the critical step of letting others take the torch. It's passing that baton of leadership. And you may be able to do it better, but you have to let go. And this takes some training, and it takes some teaching. It takes a little bit of patience. Another one is they just don't have the ability to train others. And you got to be able to train. And the best way to train is just to show them what to do. Personal growth must be a priority for you. If you're not getting fed, listen to this. If you're not getting fed, you won't be able to feed others. You won't be able to train others. So I would ask you, who is mentoring you? What are you listening to? How are you feeding yourself every single day? Another one is they don't enjoy the mentoring process. If people can tell that you don't like them, or the mentoring, you don't like mentoring, you won't be able to lead them. So I would tell you to enjoy the process. Another one I see a lot in network marketing is insecurity. You build somebody up, and then that person begins to excel. They start to have success, and all of a sudden that person gets jealous. And I've seen this happen in network marketing over and over again. You got to grow past this. You know what my goal is? I want to sit in the back of the room and just watch my people walk across the stage. That's what I want. I want to replace myself. Another reason is lack of patience. You got to be empathetic. It may seem, a lot of these things may seem easy to you because you've done it before, but it's not going to be easy for a new person. So you got to be patient with the people that you mentor. And a mentor, another reason is mentors try to be a boss. This is a big one that I've seen a lot in network marketing. They try to be a boss instead of a mentor. So they beat people up. They try to tell people what to do. And people begin to resist that mentoring process. So as we close this call out, let me give you some action steps to maximizing the time that you're spending with people, because this is really important as well. You know, one of the biggest challenges that we experience as our organization continues to get larger and larger is I don't have the time to get on the phone with every single person all the time. So there's some things you can do to maximize the time. The first one is, and we get a little bit of feedback. Let me do that one more time here. All right. So number 1 is inform those that you mentor. Tell them what you expect from them and how they fit into the game, because people are down on what they're not up on. So keep them well informed. So number 1 is inform those that you mentor. Okay. Number 2 is explain how. Make sure they know how to do what you expect. Don't just tell somebody, hey, listen, put your list together and start reaching out and inviting people to look at the business. No, you've got to take the time. You know, yes, Chandler's my son, but look at it this way. How would you treat your son or your daughter if they wanted to learn this business from you? How would you nurture them when they're first starting? That's how you've got to treat every single person that comes into the business. And you got to explain how, and then you got to put them in action. You got to give them a chance to be a part of the game plan. Every single one of you. It's why we want you to get on the calls early so that you can participate. Why we want to have you share your testimonials. Those things are all part of the growth process in this business. I remember when, it's baby steps. I remember when I was scared to death to share a 2-minute testimonial about the success I was having in business. When was that? 2000
I remember the call. I
was terrified, you guys. I was invited to share for 2 minutes, and I was terrified. So you got to put people in action and give them a chance to be a part of the game plan. And you got to evaluate them. Let them know how they're doing. This gives them a chance to learn and improve and to do more effective. And then give them a tune-up every now and then. Give them constructive correction from a place of love, and encourage them. And sometimes give them corrective action. And reward them. Reward them according to their efforts or contribution to the team. Don't reward bad behavior. What gets rewarded gets repeated. Just remember that. And continuously communicate the game plan. This is key to performance with what we're doing here at U4U. Keep it simple, say it often, and make it burn. Information is getting out, and communication, guys, is getting through. And I'll tell you, there's a couple of things the protege wants from you. There's just a few things that every person that you bring into the business wants. Number 1, support and guidance. Support and guidance. They want you to help them. Number 2, recognition and appreciation for a job well done. There's a saying, elephants work for peanuts, network marketers, they work for pen levels. You know what? Everybody wants to feel appreciated for a job well done. They also want to be understood on a personal level. Empathy, but not sympathy. Don't feel sorry for them, but understand them. And they just want to feel like they're on the up and up, or they're in on things. If you don't respect them, then I promise you this, they will leave you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an incredible opportunity in store for 2019. And I want you guys to know that I am proud to lock arms with each and every one of you. I believe that each and every one of you has an opportunity this year to be able to completely change your stars. I don't care what your situation is. And it starts today. It starts now with this call. And I'm inviting each and every one of you to throw away the past. The past is the past. 2018 and beyond is gone. We all have a clean slate. We have an opportunity to be able to turn the chapter. The chapter is blank, and it is up to you to be able to write your chapter from this point forward. So with that, Michael, I'm going to turn it back to you to close out the call. You guys, I look forward to seeing you all in Vegas. Thank you for being here with us. Let's go rock and roll.
Incredible training tonight, guys. There's enough nuggets right there to turn you into the biggest leader on the planet right there. So Travis, appreciate you. Guys, appreciate everybody as well. I just have two things to close the call with. Number one, if I really had to, as a leader, say one of the two top things we all need to be focused on. Number one, buy your ticket for the big event. Buy your ticket for the big event and get yourself to Vegas if you can. So that's number one. EuphoriaLive.com is where you get your ticket. And then number two, it's every Monday and every Wednesday night, Travis, the only way to keep the wheels on this bus and keep it spinning is to have everybody come to these calls every Monday and Wednesday. I hope you guys realize that with just a couple hours every single week that we make not mandatory, but it should be mandatory for you and your organization. If you just commit to 2 hours a week, you'll get filled up with information that'll last you the whole entire week so you can keep everything together for your team. This is the glue for our team here, and this is why we're actually doing as well as we are as a group here with Travis's group, being the number one group in the whole company. So God bless each and every one of you guys. Have a great night, and we'll see you when? Friday morning at 9 a.m. We always talk about what's next. Friday morning at 9 a.m. on the same channel, I think it is, Travis, for our Euphoria Social, where we get together and hang out and just chill. So see you all soon.
9 a.m. Central or Eastern or Pacific? Need to be specific with those.
Yeah, Pacific. I'm sorry, Pacific.
Thank you so much.
If you ever have any questions, just so you guys know, go to the Euphoria Legacy Facebook page. The banner has the schedule on the banner. We're actually going to be uploading a new banner tonight, and it has all of the call schedules and a link right there. So you'll know if you ever have any question, you can go there to find it.
Beautiful.
Thank you.